Boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. Yep, that's what it is. And we'll continue on with, I already forgot the name of that. Not the title, it's Love on Thin Ice, but, Teen Temptations. That's the name of the comic book. Well, anywho, here we are. Love on Thin Ice. I wonder what that means. Good Lord. What are we doing here? Oh, of course, they're ice skating. See? And when the ice gets thin, well. Fond du Lac? Okay. Fond du Lac in Wisconsin is so well known as a winter resort town that few people realize it's also a place where men and women grow up, live their lives out, love, and die. Well, there's plenty of other places where they do that too, but yeah. Anyway, this is the narrator. Anyway, I was born in Fond du Lac, and so was Les Marker. Les and I, as most kids in town, learned to skate when we learned to walk. And gradually, because we were the best skaters in town, we paired off for skating exhibitions. We never thought of turning professional. But there are many things in life that one never thinks of until it's too late to change. So there they are. Everybody's like, well, check that out. I want to get a shot of her panties. So anywho, there they are skating and all that. Anyway, we finished our routine and the applause was a happy reward. Then, kids, you two, I'd like to talk to you. I liked this stranger at once. He was handsome and smooth. I'm Rusty Crane. I came here from New York for a winter vacation. But after seeing you kids, I'm combining business with pleasure. Oh, man, what a creep, huh? Jeez. Well, I guess he was a David Bowie fan or something. I don't know. Anyway, what do you mean, Mr. Crane? It's just this. You two are wonderful. Terrific. I want to form an ice show to tour the country. If you'll agree to be the nucleus. I don't know. Wilma and I will talk it over and let you know later. Sure, kid. Take your time. The idea appealed to me at once, but Les seemed reluctant. I guess that's because he's Les. And as we walked away, Miss Cairns, may I have 1 minute of your time? Why, of course, Mr. Crane. Call me Rusty. Mr. Crane sounds so formal. Something tells me I've been missing the best sights of Fond du Lac. And what I need is a good guide. Someone like you. Do you always ask for a date in such a roundabout way? I was his guide that night, and it was fun. From here you can see the whole lake. This is nothing, Wilma, compared to what you'd see if you went on a tour of the country with myself. You can't imagine what life can really be like. Rusty, Wilma, honey, I'm crazy about you. I can't leave here and never see you again. I'd never been kissed like that before. In that moment, Rusty became the center of my universe. Darling, come with me. We'd have such wonderful times. I'll join the show, no matter what Les says. But I couldn't sign you up without him. It's the team that's important. Yes, of course. I made up my mind right then that I was going to be with the ice show. But Wilma, you know how I feel. I don't like the idea of leaving Fond du Lac. I want to take over my father's store, settle down, and have a family.
But it doesn't hurt to make some money first. Couldn't you come along for my sake?
I never could refuse you anything, Wilma. Look at that. She's already, putting the moves on him when she's already into the other guy. Jeez. What a slut.
We signed the contracts and soon got underway. Our first stop was Green Bay, where Rusty held auditions.
What do you think of this one, Les? She looks fine.
Weeks of rehearsals, then Peoria for the opening. We're a success, Les. We're a success.
Just what you wanted.
Well, Yes, I wanted the show to be a success, but more than that was the pleasure of being with Rusty. Oh. And of course, now that Les had signed up, I didn't have to keep up any pretense.
How about a bite now that the show's over?
I have a date with Rusty.
Bum, bum, bum. Where to, honey?
Any place with you is all right with me.
Hey, what? When did this happen?
We toured medium-sized town. Each show was better than the one before. I've never been so happy.
So I've noticed, but doesn't it bother you the way you talked me into signing that contract?
Why should it? I never told you I was in love with you, did I?
You're on Marker. Oh, you're on Marker and Kearns. I forgot his name was Marker. Anyway.
In the strictest sense, what I said to Les was true, and there was nothing he could say. Time sped by.
Wow, what a great show.
Anyway, we reached Omaha. We faced a 3-week layoff. When we reached it. Anyway, that first night, Rusty and I walked through town and looked down at the Missouri River. He was quieter than usual.
Wilma, there's something I want to tell you.
Yes, dear. What is it? Was he going to ask me to marry him?
Ever since we started our show, I've wanted to build it into something bigger. Something that will rival the Sonia Henney and Arthur Wirtz ice shows. How does it sound to you?
I guess it's a good idea.
I knew you'd see it my way. I'm going to Los Angeles and round up some money.
The next day he was gone, and I was lonely. To pass the time, I dated Les.
Jeez, what a bit. Don't look so unhappy, Wilma.
I can't help it when Rusty's away.
He isn't worth it, Wilma. You oughtn't to trust him as you do. You'll be hurt.
That's my business, Les.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Maybe the hint of truth in Les's remarks set me off, but I couldn't stand being talked to like that.
I worry about you, playing with fire.
I can take care of myself, Les. I don't have to sit with someone who thinks otherwise. 2 weeks passed. Then came my first letter from Rusty. It was filled with excitement, telling me how he'd met
a Mr. Nailsin? Huh? Oh, Jelson, okay.
Who wanted to back our show, but there was something that worried me.
Jelson has a daughter, Kay. Part of the deal is that I have to be nice to her. So I'm playing along. Yeah.
I didn't like the idea of Rusty seeing another girl, but I forgot that when he wired, he would be on the noon plane. Anyway, Rusty,
Wilma, darling.
Suddenly and almost roughly, his enthusiasm disappeared. He released me and looked away.
I guess I'll have to tell you, honey, there was one condition for my getting the money from Jelson.
Why so serious? It can't be as bad as all that.
Jelson wouldn't advance the money unless I married Kay, his daughter.
You didn't.
I had to, Wilma. It was almost blackmail. But it won't make any difference between you and me. I still love you.
Rusty, how can you suggest that kind of love? I was heartbroken. The worst of it was that I loved Rusty enough to take him up on his suggestion.
Well, of course you did.
But how can I help him deceive his wife?
Hey, that's her tough luck, you know.
Then and there I changed. I was going to fight for what I wanted. Yes, Wilma Kearns, from now on, you're not going to rest until you get Rusty out of that marriage he's been forced into. Rehearsals began again, with everything on a larger scale now.
Again, Miss Kearns, that turn was a little stiff.
Okay. Of course, Les was still there.
I'm sorry about Rusty and Kay Jelson.
Don't worry yourself about it, Les. Now I'll take care of that. Then came opening night. Rusty, who now made his headquarters in Los Angeles, set Salt Lake City for our first show.
And now the stars of Ice Review, those two wonders on ice, Marker and Curd.
It was a success. Every minute of it. Mr. Jelson's investment would bring big dividends. May I have your autograph, Miss Kearns? Mr. Marker, will you sign my book? We hit the road again, but Ice Review was big time now. So big that a company manager handed our fares. But, not the one I had with Rusty. And we didn't see Rusty at all. The months flew by.
Here she goes, her one standard move, Dun, dun, dun. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's Wilma.
Then came the engagement I waited for, the big Beverly Hills Stadium. That meant I'd see Rusty again. The long train hop gave me lots of time to think.
I don't understand you, Wilma. You've changed so.
I just wised up, Les. I fight for what I want. And don't make me remind you again, or I'll bruise your other jaw.
No.
Rusty didn't meet us, and we had just enough time to get to the stadium for limbering up before the show. Then,
mind if I come in?
Rusty! Oh, Rusty!
Jeez, he blew a snot bubble on her head. I don't know.
Forgotten were all the past heartaches. All I knew was that I was in the arms of the man who loved me.
Oh, darling, I missed you so. I couldn't wait to see you again.
I missed you too.
Kay's in Palm Springs for 2 weeks. We'll be able to see each other as much as we want.
Oh, Rusty, that's perfect. For 2 wonderful weeks I saw him. We were very happy. The lights of Hollywood are beautiful, Rusty. If only we could share them together. Always.
How I've wished we could. Time after time, I've tried to get Kay to divorce me, but she's refused. Look, honey, the show's closing day after tomorrow. You have a couple of days before your next date. So why don't we go away together? Be alone for a change.
Yes, I'd like that. Rusty wanted to go to Indio in the desert, and I agreed. Now I knew how I'd force his wife to getting a divorce. I'll write her a letter and tell her what we're doing. Then she'll be shamed into letting him go. So, after our last show...
Where's your stage door Johnny tonight, Wilma? Did he leave you in the lurch?
If you mean Rusty, I'm meeting him later.
I was afraid you might change your mind.
No danger of that, Rusty. He took me in his arms.
Darling, I can't wait for the happiness of the next few days.
How nice.
Kay!
I just came back earlier than I expected, and I see it's lucky I did.
Gee, I was expecting a fat pig or something, but he's pretty high, yeah.
So this was Kay. She didn't look like the ogre I'd pictured.
Yeah.
But even so, her coming here would make everything easier. Now the divorce would follow. But then I was in for a shock. I'm not standing for any more of this, Rusty. This time I'm getting a divorce.
No, Kay, you mustn't.
Rusty! Not in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this scene. Everything I thought about Rusty was falling apart.
She means nothing to me. She's just a girl in the show, and
that's what you said about all the others. But I'm through listening. I was a fool when I failed for your line, but I'm getting a divorce now. That's final.
No, Kay. No.
Kay had been taken in, just as I had been. Everything Rusty had said about her was a lie. I was so ashamed. I can't take any more of this. I don't remember how I got back to my hotel, but I knew what I must do. Give me the key to my room and get my bill ready.
All right, Miss Kearns.
I shook as I packed. Who can that be? Les!
I saw you in the lobby, Wilma, and you looked so upset.
Seeing Les standing there, ready to help, made me more ashamed than ever. Oh, Les! Les! I'm such a fool! Such a fool!
What happened, darling?
I told the whole horrible story.
God, you're an idiot. I mean, what are you going to do now?
I'm going back to Fond du Lac, where I should have stayed in the first place.
Oh, no, you're not. You're not. I'm not going to let you.
What?
Somewhere along the line, you've got to learn responsibility. I didn't leave the show after I discovered you tricked me into joining it. No matter how hurt you are because of your foolishness, you owe something to the rest of the people in the show. And in other words, the show must go on. Anyway, I want you to stay with the show, play out your contract, and then go back to Fond du Lac with me.
Do you mean?
Oh, darling, I love you. We belong in that small Wisconsin town together.
Les.
And then they became superheroes. Anyway.
Months of performance lay ahead of us, but they were happy months. For now I knew that when Les was holding me in his arms, his grasp meant promise of a wonderful life yet to come.
I love you, darling, forever. Well, he settles for second best, and she's gonna cheat because she's gonna like, God, what a simp, and that's how that's gonna play out. But whatever, he wants to bang her, and this is how he's gonna do it. Anyway, love can't be dishonest. Did you see the story we just read? I beg to differ. Anywho, when Miss Noble, our teacher, passed a paper around the classroom asking for the names of those who could go on the spring outing, I knew Jimmy Burns and I were the only ones who couldn't sign. The bus fare was $3, and our parents were very poor. Jimmy sat 2 seats in front of me in the same row. I watched him take his pencil and pen down, pretending he's going to sign. But when Helen Smalley passed the paper back to me, I saw Jimmy's name in bold letters, and below it was my name, Marge White. He was waiting outside when the class was dismissed. Yeah, you saw our names on the paper, Marge. We're going. I'm sick of being left out of things. You get the idea.
But Jimmy, neither of us can afford the money. You shouldn't have done it. He touched my hand gently, turned, and stared into my face. Oh, I don't care about those things, Marge, but I know you do. You're the prettiest girl in the class, and the nicest, too. Don't say any more. We're going. I'll have the money for both of us. But how, Jimmy? I don't care if I go or not. He ducked in the store where he worked after school, for he knew I was lying. I did want to go so terribly, and then, next morning, we're going, Marge. I have the money. Oh, Jimmy, it's just too wonderful to think of. I can't wait until Saturday comes. But once I was in class, I started wondering about that money. After all, he was only paid $4 a week for his work. $4 a week. And his mother needed that desperately. I tried to forget the ugly thought that crowded into my mind and think of the wonderful things we would do and see. But still, the thought came back again and again. You're a thief, Jimmy. You stole from Mr. Robbins. You'll go to jail. I could hardly wait until 10 o'clock, recess. You took the money from the store. Put it back. I'd rather you be honest than go on the outing. You mean that, Marge? Sure you do. I guess we wouldn't have enjoyed it anyway. And on Saturday afternoon, we got laid. You're wonderful, Marge, darling. Most girls would have gone anyway, no matter how I got the money. Now I feel clean again. And that's the way we'll stay, Jimmy, all through life. And after we're grown up and married, you'll be successful, Jimmy. Our good times are coming. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. But then he had to return the money he stole, and they said, You stole this money? You're fired. I'm calling the police. And, well, that was it for Jimmy. Anyway, 4 years to the altar. 18. That magic age means everything to a girl. And for then, she suddenly is a woman. To me, it meant a new life. The $10,000 my grandfather had set aside for my college education was turned over to me. I wasted no time in spending it on something else. Going to Chicago and finding a room. The girl across the hall stopped by then the next day. Hi, I'm Nancy Hawkins. Thought I'd drop in and get acquainted. That's some wardrobe you've got. Yes, but I've got to be careful. One can't splurge and go to college, too, on $10,000. That is very smart. Hey, did you say 10,000 bucks and you're going to blow it on college? Listen, kid, put that money on clothes and hook yourself a rich guy. A college education won't get you a husband. I never looked at it that way. Oh, who's there? A boy was standing in the doorway. He grinned sheepishly when I invited him inside. I'm George Brent. Live upstairs? I guess he meant I live upstairs. I'm taking an entrance exam tomorrow. Have you a dictionary I could borrow? Yes, but you'll have to dig it out of that box. I'm running along. See you later, Carol. George and I unpacked the books. He was shy, but seemed awfully nice. There, you finally got it. I hope you passed the exam. Thanks, I sure appreciate this. Then suddenly, I knew his shyness had been just an act. That night, Nancy burst into my room. She just does that. Put on your best dress, Carol. I've got a date for you. My boyfriend's bringing along a friend. That would be fun. I'll be ready in a minute. Anyway, then I got my first taste of Chicago high life. I can get you a job, Carol, hostess in a place just like this. But I came here to go to college, Ralph. Then came the bombshell.
The boys are financially embarrassed, Carol. You got your checkbook. Be a good sport.
Me pay after being invited out? Well, I suppose I'll have to if they haven't any money. As I wrote a check for $37. Oh, 37 cents? I realized what a cheap crowd I was with. I insisted on going back to the rooming house.
Come here, Carol. You and I are going to have a lot of fun together.
No, leave me alone. Don't bother me ever again. Then he got rough, pulled me close, and forced his tongue against my throat. I couldn't break loose, but luckily George rushed out.
Oh, you heard the lady. Come along, Carol. I'll take you to your door.
Oh, George, you came just in time. I never saw Nancy or her gang again, but I did see a lot of George. And 4 years later, oh, darling, at last the big day finally came.
But what about tomorrow, Carol? That's our really big day. For being married is a big event in everyone's life. So anyway, we're already on into another. Yeah, might as well read the whole thing, you know. Let's get this over with. His heart on my sleeve.
I was companion and practical nurse to the wealthy invalid Mrs. Wright Nelson.
Well, finally got to a Nelson. It was bound to happen. I mean, I'm on the cover. You remember the judge?
Anyway, there was little chance to be with her handsome son, Robin. He spent most of his time working on chemical experiments in his laboratory. I never suspected that he was really serious about me until one day.
Vera, I think I've loved you ever since you came. I'm awfully slow getting around to saying it, but I mean it with all my heart.
Oh, Robin, you darling. I need changing. You would love the estate on the St. Lawrence River. It possesses a magic that made me love it from the first moment I saw it. But once the magic escaped me, and I almost lost my wonderful Mian and my self-respect there.
I never knew many girls. I'm glad I didn't.
I knew you were shy when we first met. Maybe that's why I liked you. Shyly, tenderly, he took my hand and led me to his mother.
I asked her mother. I finally got it out.
I can tell by her face she accepted. I'm so happy for you.
Wow.
Robin was a gentle lover, and when he was not working in his lab, we were together. I was treated as one of the family.
Huh?
Then one fateful day in early spring. Who's that?
Our lawyer, Mr. Wilson. Come on. Robin, can you come here a minute?
Then the golden clouds burst.
Speak freely, Mr. Wilson. Miss Simpson is engaged to my son. I'll make it brief. The simple fact is, you lived too extravagantly for your means. Unless you earn some money instead of wasting time on those foolish experiments, Robin, you are going to lose this house. We're broke? And I never worked in my life.
Oh, jeez. I didn't realize I was dating a man-child. But he did live with his mother. Anyway, that night I analyzed the problem. Robin couldn't work. He was impractical and visionary. So at breakfast, jeez, boy, she's really into this guy no matter what. Anyway, the only way to save this place is to make it into a summer boarding house.
That's ridiculous, Vera. I couldn't do it. Maybe Vera's right, Mother. We can't lose it.
Later in his laboratory,
Mother agreed, Vera. You take charge.
I will, Robin. We'll save this place.
It's finding out the hard way, but now I know it's me you love and not my greenbacks.
Well, I mean, we're going to make a lot of money, right?
I don't know.
Throughout the following weeks, boarders began to pour in, but my relations with Robin became more and more strained.
Oh, Lord, everybody wants to be there. Anyway, they're tearing the house apart, Vera. What crumbs?
If we stop them, they'll only go someplace else.
Miss Simpson doesn't care to dance. I'm going to tango, and it takes two. Come on, dream doll.
Well, just this once. After the dance, Howard insisted we take a walk. I shouldn't have gone, but he was too compelling.
I can't believe you're going to marry that square and live in this ark of a house. You're young and pretty, Vera.
I love Robin. He drew me close, and I struggled. He laughed and tightened his arms. My head spun as his lips sought mine. It's not right, Howard, but I like it.
You don't know what love is, but I'll teach you.
This was different, but terrifying. Where Robin had teased for kisses, Howard took them. Each kiss was more tantalizing than the last.
I'm a dress manufacturer. Hard to believe that a guy in fashion is straight, but, well, here I am. And I need beautiful girls like you for models. Would you chuck all this and come?
I don't know. I need time to think. Yes, I wanted to think, but I usually don't because I'm an airhead. But anyway, was it possible to fall in love with a stranger so quickly? I was showing Howard around, Robin.
I know. We'll discuss it later. I've been figuring the accounts, Vera. We're actually losing money.
His very mildness and unconcern about Howard suddenly decided me. Go ahead. Blame me because we're in the red.
Well, yeah.
But I don't care because I'm clearing out of here with Howard in the morning.
Vera, you don't mean that. Tell me you don't, darling.
But I was determined. Next morning,
I
wish you happiness. Thanks, Robin. I know now that our engagement was all a mistake.
So long, Mac. Get back to your silly experiments and leave love making to red-blooded men.
I threw myself into a life of gaiety. Howard showed me every attention, but then a terrible thing happened. Don't you like it, Howard? Will they get the orders for you?
The dress is perfect, but now it's up to you. If one of the buyers asks you to go out, go.
You don't mean that. No man would want his fiancée.
There now, cool off. This is business. Besides, don't worry, I'll be right there in the room. I've got a chair at the corner of the bed. It's my thing, you know. Anyway, it means nothing, and you'll have a good time, please.
All right, Howard, I'll help you. Then I saw a new side of life.
I'll take 24 of that model, and I like the girl wearing it. Does she go with the dress? Sure, I'll introduce you. She's good company.
I couldn't help thinking of how unconcerned Howard was when he ushered us out.
I'll look for your fall line tomorrow. Have a good time.
We went to a theater, then to a nightclub.
You're the prettiest girl in this place, Vera. How about a little kiss?
Please, Mr. Snyder, I would rather you didn't. But he was insistent.
I don't like girls who play at being timid.
I mean it. Let me go.
Stop it, you little fool. Oh!
I meant what I said. I'm leaving. Heavy drizzle was falling when I got outside, but I didn't mind because I wanted to be alone to think. Perhaps I thought the rain would cleanse me of the depressing experience I had just been through. If Howard really loves me, why did he send me out with that man? I've got to know the truth. I'll go to his apartment. I had never been there before. Never been there before? I'd never been there before, but I knew the address on Park Avenue. Do you know if Mr. Howard is in?
Yes, miss. The elevator man will take you up.
My heart pounded as I waited. It was awful. He made a pass at me. Please don't ever ask me to do such a thing again.
Are you crazy? Let go of me. Get this straight. I've been married for years and I love my wife. Now get out and stay away from my office in this apartment.
For days I felt as though I'd sunk into quicksand, where once I had stood on a sunny beach. There was no one to help me. Then one day, mind watching Tommy while I run out of sack Vera? Here is the morning paper. Certainly, Mrs. Hewitt. I suppose I'd better start looking at the job ads. What in the world is this?
Chemist perfects synthetic rubber. The perfect rubber. Company announces it has purchased the process from Robin Nelson for $500,000.
Robin, he worshipped me. I wonder if I could win him back. With all that money, it's worth a try. You see, money. That's the cure for a broken heart. Anyway, I was, a little ashamed at first for being so mercenary. But I changed my mind and wrote to him at that old address, requesting the letter be forwarded. Several days later, I had an answer postmarked New York.
The hotel's on the next block, and it's got a bad name. I'd better walk with you.
No thanks. I can take care of myself. I wonder why he asked to meet me. I'll meet him in this place. It's a hangout for tramps. As I opened the door to his room, I suddenly hated myself. He sat there with that same shy smile on his pale, unshaved face. You're in trouble, aren't you? Oh, can you ever forgive me for leaving you?
Yes, Vera, life's been pretty rough since you left.
I don't know. I just forgot how to shave. Then he poured out his story.
We lost the old house after you left. That story in the newspaper wasn't true. The company canceled the contract the very next day.
All at once, a strange joy gripped my heart, and I wept unashamedly. I'm glad, Robin. I'm glad. It was the money that brought me back to you. But now, it doesn't matter. Give me a chance to win you again.
My darling, my precious darling.
He led me out of the dingy room. Holding me close, we crossed the Bowery and wandered until the Brooklyn Bridge.
Vera, I want you to be happy. Are you sure this time? I want to be sure.
Yes, Robin, I'm sure.
Now, darling, you and I are going home. I had to be sure. You see, I did sell my formula.
So we went back to the house on the St. Lawrence, and our hearts were gay again.
Happy, sweetheart?
Terribly. I once wore your heart on my sleeve, but now it's gone. I think I feel it beating next to mine.
The end.
Is she holding that?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anywho, there you go. That was Teenage Temptations. How about that? We Learned a lot of powerful lessons, didn't we? No, not really. Imagine up to $100 in a month just for wearing and showing lovely dresses. So there you go, ladies. You just got to model these dresses, and they'll pay you $100 a month. Yeah, there's our past thumbnail and the one we have for this one. But anyway, there you see. Yeah, I'm on the cover. Yeah. So there we have it. And love on thin ice and all that good stuff. What have you? It's all great. Okie dokie. Kronos Godwisen. His name is actually Joe. She just calls him Les because that's how she thinks of him. Yeah, no doubt, and then she just, well, I can settle. And he's like, well, she's the only girl I've ever known. A. Thompson says, hey, Doug. Hey, Thompson. Or A. Kronos Godwisen, she's going to run off at the first ice capade that comes along. Yeah, exactly. Even after she's had a litter, she's just going to leave him with that. Anyway, Kronos Godwisen, college was a great way to meet boys with a future. Now it's to get indoctrinated. Yeah. Plus, are any of them into girls anymore? Anyway, DJ Play Nice stopping by to say hi and leave a thumbs up. Have fun. Well, thank you, DJ Play Nice. Kronos Godwisen, he wasn't making money experimenting with drugs. Oh, maybe that's the deal. I don't know. I mean, he says he sold the work, so I don't know. Yeah, that's who'd he sell it to? To a cartel or something? Here's my formula. It's better than Walter White's. A. Thompson, Rumble no longer works. O'Connis, it's blocked. Miss you, Dark. O'Connis. Huh. So it's like blocked in the country you live in? That's weird. Kronos Godwisen, the teenager temptation appears to be money. Yeah, that's pretty much all of this stuff, isn't it? Let me go. Yeah, that was this deal. She's, I'm going to find my future and stuff. And, and then she ends up coming back to her first boyfriend, too. Oh, look. See, you can get that, too. Brought to you by Abdo Slim. Slim that gut. So there you go, yeah. And then she got lured away by some fancy talking dude and did the show and whatnot. And then, oh no, it didn't work. And so she goes back to her first boyfriend. And he's like, yeah, I'm still waiting for you. Just like this dumbass. So yeah, the temptation, it was money. It was all about the money. Oh well. And also trashy too. I mean, especially that second one of the Ice Capade girl where she tricks what's his name? Damn, what was his name? Was it Robin? Something like that. No, Les. Robin was in the last story. So yeah, leads him on, makes him think there's something to this. Is, hey, I want to do this show and we'll be together. And he's like, oh yeah. So they do the show, and then she's like, ha, I'm really into this other guy. But now you've signed the contract, so you got to, dance with me all the time where she's in her skimpy outfits. He can, like, caress the merchandise, but he can never have it, while she goes off and bangs the manager or whatever. Turns out he was married all along. She says, hey, you say that to all the girls or whatever. So he's been doing this to several of these, ice skater girls. And the wife finally said, that's enough. I'm done. That's how that went. And then what's her face was like, I'm beginning to think I'm an idiot. You are a slutty idiot. And then what's his face? Because again, he's the only girl he's ever known. And so he's, I'm in love with you. And so he's just going to put up with that and stick with her. And like I said, she'll be cheating on him, especially after she's had a litter. Yeah. And he's like, wow, here we are. My wife and kids. This is the life. And then she's, I don't know, banging the next door neighbor or whatever. I feel fat and old and stuff. I need attention from a man, not that pathetic worm that I married. And that's how it'll go. One wonders if this guy will have enough, if Les has just had enough of being put down, humiliated, and just treated like crap, and then he just snaps and kills her. I guess that'll be continued in one of the horror comics. He's like, I know she's only treating me like a fool, but I don't like being treated like a fool. Well, get used to it, because that's what you're because that's the position you put yourself in. You put up with this crazy slut's bullshit, and maybe he thinks she'll actually develop a guilty conscience, and she'll she'll give him just about every kind of treat imaginable. Yeah, maybe for a while, but eventually, she's gonna jump the fence. In my judgment, that is how it will be. So I don't know what I'll do next time around. I'll have to find something. But again, I think this was the first romance comic that I did, because and for a while, as I said at the start of this, the romance genre was a big deal of the early days of comic books. And I know when they did the Red Scare thing and they had to do their self-imposed censorship and whatnot, and they got rid of EC Comics, so Tales from the Crypt, and all that stuff had to go. And they ended up with Mad Magazine, but all the horror titles, that was gone, the crime ones. All because they figured, hey, this is leading to the delinquents of juveniles. And it was a communist plot to take down the country from within, to demoralize them. Chronos Godwisen says, the moral of the story is there's always a chump to fall back on when your sugar daddy melts away. Yes, that does appear to be the case, It's like, oh, you waited for me? Well, of course you did. So, and Sugar Daddy got what he wanted. There'll be other girls. So, yeah, that's what it is. That poor bastard that you let on and all that. Yeah, don't worry, he'll still be there. That's your plan B. Some poor sap. Oh well, jeez. I was hoping I could babble until a full hour, but I don't think I can. Let's see. I'll take a look at comics, please. Let's see if I can pick another title. Oh yeah, the Carlton comics. Haven't done one of those in a while. And of course they've got, oh yeah, Captain Atom. I think I did one of those. Maybe two. I don't know. Let me look up quickly. Yeah, okay. So, I'll take a look. Oh yeah, there, that takes me there. All right, let me check. Captain Atom. Up and Atom, Captain Atom is up and Atom, Captain Atom. me see. Captain Atom and Planet Blue. All right, so that's one. Oh, the Blue Beetle backup. Is that what that was in there? Yeah. No? I don't know what this is. What is it? Ravager. Well, I mean, come on. Let me see the cover. Well, maybe this one. There we go. That was okay. Number 88. Wow. What did I do? I jumped. I did that many? Huh. I don't want to do the same one. Jeez, how many of these do you need to? The Fiery Icer. What's the stories here? They came from Planet Blue, yeah. The Gremlins from Planet Blue. The Sun God. The Vast Unknown. Well, I'm just going to go out on a limb and think I did that. So, let me see. This one says Dr. Spectro, Master of Moods. Do I see a Dr. Spectro? No, Nightshade. Well, all right. I guess I'll do Dr. Spectro. Okie dokie. That's what we'll do. Here, let me. Yeah, there you are. Okie dokie. There. It'll be this that I'm guessing I've never done before. So there it'll be Captain Atom. Witness the birth of the incomparable Dr. Spectro, Master of Moods. Different, dangerous, diabolical. And member of the LGBT community, I guess, anyway. So there's Captain Atom. And what stories do they have? Master of Moods. So, I don't know. He makes you feel sad, depressed, sometimes happy, but probably mostly sad and depressed. I just can't. Something like that. The Dreadful Dream of Dandrelli. And I don't know. It's just one page. Probably just text. Won't read it. Moon Run. 3 pages. Science fiction. All right. So anyway, there you go. You got that to look forward to next week on Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. So that ought to be nice, you know. That should be something. I mean, it is. It's another comic book, but anyway. Chronos Godwise, and I read a few range romances. I was looking for cowboy comics. You mean comics? And that's what I found. Chronos wrote about rainbow tights. Yeah, that's what he's wearing, rainbow tights. But I guess it's all about the spectrum of emotion that he has power over. And, like I said, he can make you feel bad. He can make you feel sad. He can make you even feel happy. But he's a villain, so he probably won't. He make you feel mad. Stuff like that. That's what he does. Meanwhile, he's going up against the guy who has, nuclear powers and all that, could atomize him without a second thought or whatever. Of course, but he won't because, it's the superhero code, don't kill or whatever. Meanwhile, what's this guy doing all the time? He runs around in a rainbow suit. No one's going to miss him. It's, I mean, then you can just disintegrate him and no one would even know. What happened to him? I don't know. I guess he left town. That would work. Yeah, I think so. Anyhow, yeah, that's what I'll do. Hey, it rhymed. I'll do Captain Atom. I mean, that's part of the Carlton lineup that Blue Beetle ended up with. But this is the later versions, Blue Beetle, you get the Ted Cord version of Blue Beetle in this universe. Eventually, I don't know, by the time when they had Captain Atom early on, I think they were still using the Dan Garrett version, but they decided, hey, let's revamp the character and all that. And they got Steve Ditko. And of course, what did he do? He just made him look like Spider-Man. And basically it's Peter Parker. Although in a way, it's like he combined Spider-Man and Batman. So basically you have someone who looks like Peter Parker, dresses up like a bug, but he doesn't have any superpowers, but he does have a lot of money. He's very wealthy, as a company and all that, and knows how to make all these cool gadgets and stuff. So kind of like Batman, but just the attitude of Spider-Man and the youth, So there you go. Chronos Godwise, and he also has 2 watches, a 2-timer. Yeah, I mean, why would he need 2 watches? He's supposed to be a guy who controls moods and stuff. I mean, maybe there is a timer. I suppose we might find out in the story when I read it, But, yeah, I mean, is each circle got hands on it? I don't know. Let me check that. This is, where is it? Oh, no, not that one. No, not that one. Not that one. Where the hell is it? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness, when everything is so redunculous. There we go. All right. Yeah, look at that. They all have it. Well, it's 3 line. I guess it's, what is that, a Y or something? Huh. Yeah, I guess it isn't hands on the clock, Oh, well. They look like balls. Balls? Yep, balls. Well, anywho, we'll bounce those around next week on Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. And, I'll read it. Listen. Yeah. That's the deal. That's the deal. All right. If it'll let me scroll down. There we go. Thank you. There we have it. All right. I got to get ready to go to bed. Got to go back to work again tonight. Oh, jeez. But there you have a lovely reading by yours truly here on Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. Have a good rest of your day.